This week I am starting a new series and it's going to be all about building yourself up and making yourself a better person. Girls in high school, middle school, and even college all deal with basically the same thing, and I know you might feel like you're the only one who has ever had to deal with it, but I promise you are not the only one. I have been exactly where you are before. I'm starting this series to help girls feel more confident in themselves and just to help you get through hard times or anything that you need advice on. You guys are going to help me out too, because whenever I talk about things like this, it really gives me a more open mind. It helps me work through things that I might be dealing with at the time. If you guys have any questions, any requests, any certain topic you would like me to discuss, just leave it in the comments, or you can inbox me on YouTube, or you can write me a message on Facebook, and I would love to discuss that in a video. So I'm really excited to be able to connect with you guys and talk about things that are deeper than just fashion and beauty and things like that. We all love fashion and beauty things, but this is a way for me to give you guys advice and just make you feel like you are not the only one that has dealt with these types of situations. Today we are going to be discussing the topic of self-confidence. Before I jump in, I just want to tell you guys, this is something that I have dealt with over the past few years. It's really easy to watch girls on YouTube or see different famous people and think, wow, they have everything, they must have their whole life together, they are just perfect, and I'm here to tell you that is just not the case. Just because someone decides to put themselves out there on YouTube does not mean that they are totally confident in themselves. The reason I started my YouTube channel is so that I can grow my self-confidence, and it has worked pretty well for me. So I am not the most confident person in the world. It is still something that I'm working on to this day, so do not think that just because I'm making this video that I am 100% confident in myself and who I am, because that's not the case. So I really have three main topics that can help you build your confidence and feel better about yourself. The first main point I have is that it only matters how you feel about yourself. It does not matter what the person next door to you says, what the person in your English class says, what comments you get on your YouTube videos or your Facebook posts. It honestly just does not matter what other people think or say about you. The only thing that matters is how you feel about yourself and how God feels about you. I tend to get really caught up in what other people think about me, so it was really hard for me to learn this lesson. But whenever I started my channel and I began to deal with different hate comments and things from people that just weren't kind, just people trying to bring you down, I really started to realize it just does not matter what other people think or say. It just doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is what you feel and how you feel about yourself. Confidence is all about feeling comfortable in your own skin, so that is the first step to feeling more confident about yourself. You have to feel comfortable in who you are, in what you look like, in what you wear, in what makeup you put on. So the fact of the matter is, you are not going to please everyone. Everyone is not going to like you. Everyone is not going to think you are the most amazing thing that walked the earth, and that's just how life is. Everyone is not going to like you, and I have had a really hard time dealing with that with my YouTube channel and with college and just different things. It's really hard for me to think that not everyone likes me. It's so much easier if you learn to accept the fact that not everyone is going to like you. I like to think of myself as a people pleaser because I hate making people mad. I want everyone to like me. I want to make everyone happy, and I have learned this lesson the hard way, that it really doesn't matter what people think. It doesn't matter what they say. It just doesn't matter, and that is the first step to feeling more confident. So you can try to better a certain aspect of yourself if you don't like it, but don't get too caught up in being a perfectionist, because you are not going to be perfect. Everything about you is not going to be perfect. You're not going to have perfect hair, perfect teeth, the perfect smile, the perfect figure, the perfect wardrobe. That's just not how it's going to be. You're not going to be a perfectionist, and it's so much easier if you just learn to accept that. If you get too caught up in making yourself perfect, you are always going to be let down. You're always going to be saying, well, I could do this better, or I could say this better, or I could be such a better person if I just had this. and that's just not how life is. We all just need to learn to accept ourselves for who we are. So another really important thing in building your self-confidence is staying positive. So this is a really hard thing to do sometimes. It's very hard to stay positive in certain situations whenever you feel like the world is just coming to an end, when you feel like everything is crashing down. It is so hard to stay positive, and I realize that because I have been in those situations before. Once you learn to pick out the good things in each situation, your confidence will grow. Once you learn to have a more positive outlook on life, you will be a happier person and you will feel more confident in being yourself. If you are faced with a really hard situation, it will build your confidence whenever you learn to stare that hard situation in the face and say, I am not going to let this bring me down. I am not going to let this ruin my confidence. I'm not going to let this situation totally destroy me. And you will eventually realize, I know how to deal with hard situations. I know how to take this really bad situation and turn it into something that's not so bad, something that's actually positive. And once you learn to do that, I promise you will feel so much better about yourself. Your self-confidence will shoot through the roof, and you will feel like you have control over your life. You will feel like anything that is thrown your way, you can deal with it. Especially in high school and college, whenever on a daily basis little bad things can happen to you, like you fail a test, or you don't make the cheer squad, or just numerous bad things can happen just during everyday life. And once you learn to not let those bad things affect you in a huge way, your confidence will grow, you'll feel better about yourself, and you will be happy that you learned to deal with situations. So the last thing I want to talk about in building your self-confidence is keeping the right company. So I know this is always something your mom or your grandmother or whoever has told you. Be careful who you surround yourself with. Be careful who your friends are. Don't get caught up with the wrong crowd. Well, I know it's annoying when moms say it, but it is so true. The people that you surround yourself with will either make or break you. If you have friends that are constantly bringing you down or constantly telling you you're not pretty enough, you're not good enough, you're not strong enough, you're not smart enough, that will bring you down and it will make you feel worse about yourself. Try to surround yourself with people that genuinely care about you. Try to find friends that care about your happiness, that want to build you up. Just try to find friends that are always going to be there for you when you do go through those hard situations. It is so important to find friends that will be there for you and that aren't just going to tear you down anytime you make a simple mistake. Some people will pretend to be friends with you just so they can benefit from something you have. It's a really sad thing, but it's just a fact of life. Not everybody you meet is going to be a genuine friend. Once you surround yourself with the right people, you will realize that you are not the only one who has had to endure hard situations, who has learned to deal with it, who is working on growing their self-confidence. It's a really long, slow process. It's not just going to be like one day you wake up and you're just the most confident person on earth. That's not going to happen. It's a slow process, but I promise you it can be achieved. And once you feel confident in yourself, you will feel so much happier. The company that you keep is so important in building your self-confidence, and if you think, I am not surrounding myself with the right friends, it might be time to try and find some new friends that you feel could build you up or could make you a better person, or you can make them a better person. So if you are having trouble finding the right friends, if you are having trouble finding people that actually care about you and will listen to your problems and help you work through things, then my inbox is always open. You may not feel comfortable talking about your problems with a total stranger, but in case you are needing someone to talk to, or if you just need someone to say a quick prayer for you or give you an encouraging word, my inbox is always open, so feel free to write me anytime. So like I said earlier, building self-confidence is not an easy process. It's not an easy road. It is not going to happen overnight. It is something that you are going to have to work hard at. It is something that every girl struggles with. I promise you are not the only one. So that is pretty much all I have to say about building your self-confidence. And if you guys have any questions or anything you want to talk about, you can write me a comment below, or you can send me a message on YouTube or Facebook. I'm always willing to talk to you guys. You guys know I love you to pieces, and I would literally do anything for you guys. So please, if you need anything, just let me know. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys next week. Bye!